we have the honor of announcing the nominees for the 2026 Naismith Hall of Fame class. So without further ado, here are the women's basketball nominees, tipping it off with Candace Parker. She's, of course, a two-time WNBP, three-time champion, and a 10-time All-WNBA performer. She also won a gold medal for Team USA in 2008 and 2012, and, of course, a pair of NCAA titles. And then there's two-time WNBA MVP Elena Delle Donne, who took home MVP honors in 2015 with Chicago, 2019 with Washington, also led the Mystics to a WNBA championship. And then there is the 1996 U.S. Women's Olympic team led by Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops. That team beat other teams by almost 29 points a game on the way to a gold medal and helped usher in the WNBA the following year. So let's just take a look here. This is the full list, my friends, of the women's nominees. There's also Shamiqua Holdsclaw, you see there, six-time WNBA All-Star.
How is she not in already?
Also won 3 NCAA titles, Ramona, at Tennessee. And then there's Tisha Penicheiro, 4-time WNBA All-Star, 2005 champ, who was the assist champ. Get this, guys, 7 different times.
Oh, yeah.
So congratulations to all of the nominees here. Charania, Kendrick, Perkins, Ramona, Shelburne. Ramona, you covered Candace closely here. This is a well-deserved first-time nominee.
Yeah, I remember when she came to Los Angeles, right out of Tennessee, right? And she was #1 pick by the Sparks, Rookie of the Year, freshman year, her rookie year. And then MVP, her first year in the league.
Which is
then at age 22, she gets pregnant. And I remember talking about her at the time, and then afterwards she goes, I knew people were like, wow, your career's gonna be in jeopardy now because you got pregnant right after you've been the face of the league, you're there. And she said, you know what, the people that really know me, they know my career is not in jeopardy at all. But that was very interesting watching her go through that and then getting to know her as a woman, because her career was definitely not over Malika. She won 2 titles after that, Olympic gold medals after that. She's killing it on the broadcast space. And so I think Candace Parker is an icon in women's basketball, but just in women's sports and all of sports.
A legend. And I just remember tuning in to women's college basketball just to watch Candace Parker and make sure that you was gonna catch her dunking. I think when you think of women dunking, you think of Candace Parker. Like, she brought that to life.
And shout out, she's a Chicago
there
girl.
You are.
Okay. Chicago,
She's so big time. Her brother Anthony Parker, who was a longtime NBA player, now he's general manager of the Orlando Magic. He loves how he's just looked at like he's an afterthought because of how big time Candace Parker is. I know he's watching right now. He's excited.
He won't mind you saying that either.
He won't mind it. He loves it. He has so much love for his sister.
Yeah, it's a high compliment. And Candace, my friend, congratulations. And we will continue to unveil the 2026 Hall of Fame nominations throughout the course of the show. But we have some news out of the W to get to, because the Houston Rockets ownership brass, they are in substantive talks here with the Connecticut Sun over the potential purchase and relocation of the W franchise. Now, remember, the Sun, they've played in Connecticut since 2003, while Houston, of course, one of the 8 original WNBA franchises, and they've been without a team since 2009. So this story has Kendrick Perkins' attention, Alexa Philippou. Where does this offer stand here?
Yeah, Malika, well, I will say it does seem like there's a lot of momentum in this direction that we could potentially, barring some unforeseen changes, see a deal done within the next few weeks. I would say maybe at the beginning of the new year. And it seems like the WNBA, the league, this is actually not something they would just not only be supportive of, but this might have actually been their preference all along for the Sun to end up back in Houston. If you remember, Kathy Engelberg, the WNBA commissioner, actually said at the press conference announcing the 3 new expansion teams in June that Houston was, quote, the one we have our eyes on, the one that's up next. She specifically called out the Rockets owner, Tillman Fertitta. So even though that this is still kind of in the works and there's not necessarily a deal signed right now, it is important to know that the Sun have already committed to having their 2026 season held here at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, right, an hour away from me, right here in the basketball capital of the world, as they say. But it might not be much longer as we see the Sun potentially on the move.
I feel like we need to bring in Director Matt. Can you just please show Kendrick Perkins' face here real quick? I think Kendrick Perkins speaks for all of Houston now.
Don't threaten us with a good time. You don't understand what the Houston Comets meant to the city. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, what they was doing, they had the place on fire. You mean it's...
You mean
I
tell you
know.
as soon as 2027 this could be happening. Perk, another story, though, that we're tracking out of the W that I want to make sure that we get to happened yesterday, right? The WNBPA Executive Committee, they authorized a, quote, strike when necessary here. So what that means, the union, 98% of the players voted, they said, and voted yes, rather, and 93% of players total participated in the vote. Again, this is according to the union. And Alexa, you just got off the phone with the president of the WNBPA. What exactly was said in this conversation?
Yeah, this was the first time I've seen at least Nneka Ogwumike speak on the record since that historic vote yesterday. She said that while this was a authorization to have a, potentially consider a strike, that does not necessarily mean that they want to strike, that they are going to strike right now. They do still want to play the 2026 WNBA season, Nneka told me. But she said that this is something in their arsenal that if they don't feel like conversations have progressed, particularly heading into that January 9th deadline, that this is something that they could pursue if they see fit. They right now still do not feel like the league's revenue share model is adequate to what they're looking for. They feel like there has not been enough collaboration and cohesion across the table. That's what Nneka Ogwumike told me. And so they're hoping that things progress. But again, that does not mean that anything necessarily will happen in terms of a work stoppage, but they also have been preparing for that possibility. And so if that's what they seem fit, they say be prepared.
But very important to note here that what Nneka is saying that the players want is to play in this upcoming 2026 season. They just would like to close the gap. Alexa, thank you very much for your insight and for your excellent, excellent sweater choice today. On Fridays, we wear pink.